So the muscle groups we're going to work on is going to be the lower kinetic chain. Specifically, we're going to target our hips, our hamstrings, and our thighs. One thing you want to understand when it comes to static stretches, you want to move into the groove as steady as possible. So you're going to get into a half kneeling position, just like this, alright? And what you want to do from there is you want to just feel your stomach, squeeze your stomach, activate your core, alright? I want you tall from the hip. Then, once you feel all that, you're going to lean forward with this knee. Now, one point I want you to be aware of, this knee never should go over the toe, okay? Because if you do that, that's hyperextension, and that's not good. And the way we can make sure it doesn't happen is if you keep your heel flat into the floor, all right? Okay, so I'll restart. Half kneeling position, squeeze the stomach, nice and tall from the hip. Once you're there and you feel your body parts, just lean forward. You're going to feel a pull happening here in the quad, which is fine. And also what you're going to feel, you feel a lot of tension happening right in here, which is okay. I should also point out that you should respect the flexibility. And throughout this session, I'm going to mention the controller body part. The controller body part is going to be the body part that's going to affect the intensity of the stretch, okay? Once you're in this position, you're going to take both of your palms and you're going to place them on the floor, like this. Now, some people may not be able to do this. Some people, their flexibility may not allow this to happen. Just do the best you can, okay? Other thing also you want to do is you want to point your toes out. I don't want you to anchor. So if you look right there at my toes, they pointed out. This is anchoring. I do not want any anchoring. I want you pointed out. Once you have your palm here to the floor, you're going to feel a lot of tension happening right here in your left hip. And that's okay. That's what I'm targeting. Once you're there, you keep the foot flat and you can accentuate the motion in and out. The controller for this stretch, the controller for this is this leg. So that means the further out you go, the more intense the stretch. And the further in you go, the less intense the stretch, okay? And your flexibility will dictate how far you go or how far you don't go, all right? So go there this way and just enjoy. Relax, breathe. That was a lot of explaining, right? I know. Just relax and breathe. The rule of thumb is to do this for about 30 seconds. Once you get to about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand and we're going to place it on our inner thigh right here. So now we're going to emphasize this stretch and open it more. You take the other hand, anchor yourself better, and from there you're going to gently push and open the hip out to the side. Now, the controller for this stretch is your left arm. The further out you go, the more intense it is. The further in you go, the less intense it is. Also, keep in mind to respect your flexibility, okay? Because you don't want to push. Respect your flexibility. In my case, I'm pretty flexible in my left hip, so I can actually go ahead and go full range of motion. One thing to point out also is, as you do this, look at my left foot. It's still flat to the ground, right? You want to keep that foot flat to the ground. Don't do this, don't do this. That's not okay. You're losing the stretch. You want to keep the foot flat to the ground and get full range of motion as possible with that left hand of yours, right? Once you're there, just go ahead and relax. For about 30 seconds or so, you're going to maintain this stretch as best you can. Remember, respect your flexibility. Down to the floor, and you're going to slowly close the hip, slowly get back up into this half kneeling position. Remember, feel your core, feel your stomach, because then you're going to switch. And on the switch, I want want you to be careful because the left hip is going to be a little bit loose. And then we're going to switch this way. It's going to feel a little weird. It's okay. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright? So, half knee position. Feel your body. Lean forward. Controller. Palm to the floor. Very good. Release the anchor. And breathe. Respect the flexibility. Keep the foot flat on the ground. As you can see, my right hip is not as flexible as my left. So therefore, I cannot get full extension of my arm. It's okay, do the best you can. Perfect. Come right back up. Very good. Feel your core, feel your body. You're gonna bring everything back down on your knees. Okay? Alright, guys, look. There's one more we're going to hit, and that's going to be the hamstrings. So once you get back to this thing, we're gonna do to round 2, second target, which is the hamstrings. So we're gonna come this way, same half kneeling position. This time, we're gonna anchor our toes. So if you go around here and look at my right toe, I'm going to anchor it, right? So the toe is going to be anchored into the ground, all right? Your hands are still going to be flat here. Now, the difference is that this time we're going to hit the hamstrings, so we're going to go backwards. So the controller is going to be in my right glute. This is my controller, all right? And we're going to keep the foot flat here to the ground. This does not move, you understand? All right, once we're there, we're going to bring my right butt cheek towards my right heel. Do you see that? Very good. Now, you see how I'm not moving this leg? Okay, so for some people, this is going to be very difficult and very uncomfortable, okay, on your hamstrings, and that's okay. Respect your flexibility, all right? So, if you are more flexible than others, I'm going to show you a progression from this. The progression is, you still keep the anchor. This time, the right knee gets off the ground and you get on the heel of my left foot. Perfect. Okay? And then you get an entirely full stretch here of the hamstring statically. And from there, same rule, breathe and relax. Starting position. Perfect. Now, the second part of the hamstring is you're going to hit the outer parts of the hamstrings. Okay? So, same position. The only difference is that our elbow or our hand, you're going to slightly, I prefer to use my elbow because it's more comfortable. So you're going to keep the elbow and push the hip open. And then you lock it in. And then with the controller, then you recline back with the hip open up to the side, okay? Some people might cramp up here, that's okay. It's just collateral damage. My focus here is just the hamstrings, all right? Some people might cramp in the plantar, it's okay, collateral damage. So you wanna open that hip right here, and with the hip open, you're going to recline back. If you're more advanced, if this doesn't feel like nothing, You keep it open and you get directly off the ground and you get on the heel. But you keep that elbow to open the leg up. And that's going to accentuate and bring you to the second phase of the hamstring statically stretched. And once again, enjoy and relax. Good. After 30 seconds, disengage everything slowly because you are turned off. What that means in the world of stretching, when you turn off, it means the joint is no longer able to stabilize. Okay, so you want to move very slowly on that part. And then you're going to come up and we're going to switch legs. All right, so I'm going to show you again. You get into half kneeling position and you're going to anchor on your toes, right? Toes down. Hands are going to come right here in front of you to the floor. Now, the controller is, in this case, my left glute. Okay, so from there, I'm going to bring my left glute towards my left heel. Right? Respect your flexibility. If this is too easy, you come off and stretch it out. So in my case, my right hamstring is super tight compared to my left. This is extremely painful for me. So excuse me. Open the hip beforehand with the elbow, keep it open, and then recline down. And then of course the progression of that is off the ground. Very good. And come back center. We have one more muscle group I'm going to target, which is the quad. Okay, so on the quad, it is easy, but it's super uncomfortable. All right, so in this one, you're going to go back to your half kneeling position. So we go back into this position again. And this time, we're going to focus on the backhand. And what that's going to look like, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to anchor that left hand right on the floor. This is the anchor. Now, your flexibility will dictate if you're able to reach for your ankle, pretty much. So we're going to target the right quad. My right hand is going to grab my right ankle, and it's going to take it off the mat. And there you go. From there, the controller is my right hand. The further I go this way, the more intense it is. The more I relax like this, the better it is. Okay? The less intense it is. So from there, you're going to do the best you can to bring that heel close to your butt. If you feel nothing in this position, say if you're very flexible, then you're going to lean forward but respect the knee and the toe here. Make sure you keep the foot flat onto the ground as you lean forward. Good, and don't forget to do it on the other side. Alright, so when you release, take your time, you come up, you switch foot. Everything's slow, right? Because your bodies or joints are turned off. From there, you're going to anchor with the right hand. Left hand is going to grab the left foot. From there, pull in, lean forward if you can, and enjoy the stretch. Now, for some people, this is very hard to do. And for some people, they're not able to even get to reach the foot at all. So for those people, in that case, what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing standing up. So the way it's going to look. If you're one of those people who cannot get into a half kneeling position and stretch your quad, you're going to walk over to something you can hang on to because balance is not our focus. So I don't care about balance. Once you're there, you're going to grab the foot as best you can from here. If you cannot do this, if you cannot replicate this position, you're going to grab the opposite ankle with the opposite hand. The distance is shorter. So from here and here. this is the next best thing. Okay, this is the grab that you do if you cannot do anything at all. This one right here. What we're gonna do for this, we're gonna start and we're going to do the quad. Very easy. So, first rule of thumb with foam rolling is you don't want to go over a joint. Okay, you don't want to go over a joint. So, you want to make sure everything is on the meat, everything's on the muscle, not a joint. For the quad, you're going to pretty much lay down your forearms and you're going to roll the foam roller all the way up, right before we hit the knee. If you can just zoom in right up here, right? This is my knee over here. Right before we hit the knee, we're not on the joint, we're on the meat, right? So you want to relax both legs, relax the legs, and use your forearms to roll the entire muscle on the foam rollers. You want to go as far down right before you hit the knee and all the way up right before you get to the happy place, okay? So from there to there, and that's all you do for the quads, okay? All right, look guys, thank you so much, okay? And I hope this is going to be very helpful in restoring a lot of your flexibility, a lot of your functionality, okay? Look, once again, follow NF Training on social media, and I look forward to doing more videos like this. If you enjoyed this, put a thumbs up and like the video. If you got to this point, right, if you saw the bonus, do like another thumbs up in the comments so I know you've seen the bonus, okay? I thank you so much and stay safe.